Welcome to the Savvy Scribe podcast, a podcast for healthcare professionals who want to build a profitable writing business. I'm Janine Kalbach, your host, and I am a mom to 2 boys. I'm a wife, a Great Dane lover, a registered nurse, and a content writing business owner. I am committed to help you moving your business forward because I've been there. I get it. I understand that life is busy and distracting, but many of us are burnt out at the bedside, working too many hours, and are ready for a change. Every week, I will deliver actionable advice and thought leaders in the industry to help you move along in your business. Welcome to the show.
Hey there, Savvy Scribes. Janine here, and I have a special guest today named Meredith. And she's here to talk to us about what she does for a living now and a little bit what she's done to get to where she is. So welcome, Meredith.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate your time and you taking the time out of your day and your year now that we are recording this. We're recording this, January 2nd, so right in 2020.
Yep.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I don't typically love to make New Year's resolutions because they end up not lasting very long and then I feel bad about it. So, do you have any?
We went on a walk yesterday and with the family and the kids and my husband, and we were just talking about what we want to do in 2020, but I wouldn't really say, my husband's like the whole weight loss. He wants to lose some weight. Mine's just kind of bettering ourselves and what we want to do. So I do want to travel more, and we love going camping. I want to do some more camping. And so I think it's not really a resolution, I guess, but I think goals are important.
Goals. Yeah.
It keeps you focused more than anything. But yeah, I don't like feeling like a failure either.
Exactly.
Tell me about your career path. What do you do now and how did you get there?
Now I teach part-time to full-time, depending on the university's needs. And I also create courses for nurses and nursing students based upon mindfulness. And I co-create mindfulness courses for nurses and nursing students to help them become resilient, cope with the stresses of nursing, and how to really live day to day as a nurse, and to really just thrive both at work and at home.
I thought it was interesting when I asked you in the application about, your past accomplishments. And so they are teaching this through university for a BSN?
Yes.
That's awesome. Way to go with not doing the courses that mean nothing. I remember when I was doing my BSN and my friends, I chose a different program than they did, but they had to take film course.
Oh.
And I was like, why do you have to do a film course? And how nice to have something that you can I bet people really enjoy it.
We've gotten really great feedback.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it definitely helps them thrive. So our main course is actually an 8-week course. And it is essentially a classroom online hybrid course. So what happens is that we have different modules, one for each week. And the modules are given to the university. It's Chamberlain University will be the one who is starting it actually maybe next week or the following week. And so basically, they have picked a course where every nurse, I believe that it's their intro to nursing or fundamentals. I'm not really sure what they ended up picking, but basically they will present one of our modules in class, watch a video, and do some exercises in class that day. And then students have some work to do at home as well. So we give them a task to do, and then some questions to answer, and then they bring that back the next week, go on to the next module, etc.
Very cool.
Thank you.
What does it cover, in the 8 weeks?
So each week we have a mindfulness topic, and then we give a resiliency strategy to go along with that topic. And we have a team that specializes in certain components of the course that have added in their expertise. So I kind of look at it like we have an interdisciplinary team, like we would for patient care. And now we've incorporated it into this course to make the student much more resilient. So like for instance, week 1 is Introduction to Mindfulness. And then the following week, we do a segment on mindful moments and give you a resiliency strategy of restorative sleep. The following week is about mindful eating. And we have a nutritionist named Jessie who does that segment for the resiliency strategy. For the following week, mindful movement, the strategy then is physical activity, and we have Amy who presents that. She is a personal trainer and fitness instructor, and she's the founder of Body Fit by Amy. So if you look her up, she's got a really wide array of videos and tutorials on YouTube. So it's pretty
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
I'll list that in the show notes, like her
cool. Thanks.
website.
Awesome. The next week we talk about compassion meditation and social support. So we have students really examine those people that they consider their support system, and then really look into whether or not they're a positive or maybe more of a straining force in their personal relationships. We talk about mindful imagery, and we have Peggy that has a PhD, and she does a really awesome segment on emotional intelligence. And the following week we have a yoga portion. So we talk about yoga, and our presenter for that is Stephanie, and she is not only a NICU nurse, but obviously a yoga instructor. We also talk about technology and stress within that same module. And then to follow it up, we talk about contemplation, meditation, and mindset.
Very good. Very good.
Thanks. It's such an awesome program. I'm so proud of it. I absolutely must mention my partner, Tom, as well. He is kind of the mastermind behind all of this. He and I met kind of randomly at a meeting one day. He basically has been teaching mindfulness strategies sort of in the corporate world. And he's grown and has gotten a lot of programming for athletes and actually cancer patients, caretakers, youth. The list kind of goes on and on. So he's kind of the creator of all of this, and we've all just collaborated to come up with this.
That's so cool. Did you guys, like, when you met at the meeting, just start talking about what he does, and then you brought up, this would be an awesome thing for nurses?
Yes, actually, I was on a committee at the hospital that was basically, we were brainstorming how we can do a little bit more for nurses. Like, what else do nurses need in the hospital? And so this committee, he actually came to the committee. His wife also works at the same hospital. So he started talking about what he does, and we were kind of thinking that he could give us some strategies, and the rest, basically the entire hospital. And at that time I was doing my capstone, or getting ready to do my capstone, which it was on this topic. So I kind of said, oh, hey, I think I would like to pick your brain. And so we met after that, and kind of the rest is history.
Well, that's awesome to make it your capstone and then move into even like a career path into it. Yes. That's great.
Yeah.
So before you started doing this, what was your background in nursing?
I was a NICU nurse.
Oh, NICU. Oh, cool, yeah. Cool. Yep. What area? In Chicago?
In Chicago, yep.
Very cool. Very cool. So tell me, what's the best piece of advice that you can give anyone who's starting a business or starting an idea that they want to grow like this?
Just follow your passion, something that you really love and something that has helped you. For instance, the reason I chose my graduate study capstone on this subject is because I was basically just done with nursing. I was so burnt out. I was in the middle of grad school,
Mm-hmm.
just contemplating, like, is this even worth it? Then I kind of started thinking about, or I started learning about mindfulness, and was a little bit skeptical, but once I started practicing it, it was a complete game changer. It made my experiences with my career much better. It helped me just balance work and life. So I kind of just decided after the capstone project was done, after I was graduated, that I really wanted to pursue this because I will basically I credit mindfulness for saving my career and think that it's so valuable and underutilized.
Are you still working clinically?
I actually stepped away from the bedside in September officially, and now I teach. So I teach actually for 2 different universities at the moment. So
Are you teaching the mindfulness course or like clinical stuff?
Oh, I teach anything from fundamentals and foundations to OB.
Oh, very
And
good.
yeah,
Are you doing online or in classroom?
in classroom.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I love it. It's so fun.
So my question is, what's the new website you're doing, strongrn.com?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I have had this goal in mind, and it's finally coming to fruition. I basically want to create an online community where nurses learn from one another, nurses support one another. So basically, I envision putting lessons on there, and basically just have it as a place for nurses to gather and share ideas, because I learn so much from just every different nurse that I come into contact with.
Nice.
Thanks.
Now, what about if I wanted to do something with my nurses at the hospital or myself for the mindfulness course? Is there a way to purchase that, or do you have to
Yes.
go through Chamberlain?
Actually, if you go to our website, you can see that you, as an individual nurse, you can purchase it and enroll, and then it's a complete on-demand course. It's all online. We also have 6 CEUs attached to it, which is wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Everybody
Yeah.
loves CEUs.
Yeah. We can bring it to your hospital or whatever facility that you work for. We can provide it to them, and they can provide it to their nurses, as well as still the schools. If a school wants to incorporate it into their curriculum, just like Chamberlain did, then we will set something up there. And really, this is our basic program that covers a wide variety of everything. We can also customize our program for whatever works for your facility or for you. We have just recently released our Stress Less for the NCLEX.
Oh, nice.
Virtual, yeah. So,
do you guys love what you're hearing? Why don't you join me in our group on Facebook? It's a closed group for those that have to answer questions and get in, but it's the Savvy Scribe Collective over on Facebook. You can visit our website, www.thesavvyscribepodcast.com, to also get a link. See you in the collective.
I think it really hit me one day when I was talking to a fellow nurse or a fellow nurse friend, to be exact. And I was like, have you heard of this mindfulness? Can you
Yeah.
It's like life altering. And she said, oh yeah, I can absolutely tell you like the moment that it changed my nursing practice.
Oh, sure. Well, it's funny because you is it, you think like, oh, is it voodoo? Because it's
Yes.
not medicine.
Yes.
Is it like an essential oil? Like, is it all? No,
Exactly.
I think it's totally, I think as nurses, we have to embrace the fact that there is holistic kind of things. I don't even want to call it holistic, but it kind of is. I mean, we're not doing modern medicine, Western medicine in it, but I think it's a good compliment to our profession that,
Absolutely.
there's days that we are totally exhausted. Would a good yoga thing right before bed just to relax our minds and stretch and, not hurt and go to bed and then wake up and drive to work and think, the mindset, the positive thoughts, the, what am I getting myself into today? And then, just even going off your mindful eating instead of running to the cafeteria or going to the vending machine. Like, what can I do at work? Make it intentional, make it good choices.
Exactly.
And I agree that I think the older I get, the more I appreciate it as well, because I think when you are a new nurse, you don't know what you don't know yet. Like, you go into it thinking, okay, it'll be fine, but then it's very stressful, overwhelming, and that overwhelm isn't there for 2 days. It's there for for months, months and years sometimes. So I appreciate this so much. I think our listeners can use this. How could they use it in their business? Nurses that are transitioning.
Oh, absolutely.
How would you, even building the course, that was obviously time that you weren't at the hospital. How were you able to put mindfulness into your business of building this course?
I basically just set intentions. My entire overall intention with creating this course was to help other nurses and to help nursing students not only get through school, but also thrive throughout their careers. So I would essentially sit down and say, all right, today I'm going to focus on this topic. And it was obviously a very, very long process of putting this entire thing together.
Absolutely.
But I was following my own advice, is just to go with my passion. And it really fueled me to create something like this.
Very good. I actually, for 2020, I've never done this. I've seen people do it, and heard people do it, but I've never set a word for the year. But I think one of my words for the year this year is intention. And I think it has to be intentional with like mindfulness.
Yes.
Exercise, which could be part of that.
Yes.
Even finances, like being intentional where I'm spending my money, be intentional on what I'm eating and taking care of myself. And even like when you're, intentional with your friends or with your kids or with your spouse, putting down that phone and being centered and being in that moment. And again, even at work, being intentional at my patient's bedside, being intentional at what things need done. And I think it really flows into your course as well, because I think all those things, if you don't make it part of your day, you won't do it because it's not part of your day. So that would be my big thing to tell the audience, is that if you want any of this to happen, even in your own business, you have to make it happen. So if it means part of your meditation or part of your yoga or stretching or whatever that might be is planned into your day at noon, you get up and you make a healthy lunch and you go for a nice brisk walk, you have to do it. Or it won't happen. Truly.
I totally agree. Yes, absolutely.
Well, very good. Well, where can people find you, Meredith? Where are you at on social?
Oh, we are on Facebook. Smart Health, Wealth, and Performance is on Facebook. There's a Mindful and Resilient Nurse page. And you can go to smarthwp.com. And soon you can find me at strongrn.com.
Cool. Are you over on LinkedIn at all?
I am, yes. I'm just under my full name.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll write that down and I'll put that in the show notes as well so people can connect with you.
Oh, thank you.
But anything else you want to share with the audience?
Oh, actually, I wanted to just mention the two things actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you briefly touched on things in healthcare that people don't really like buy into, for lack of a better term.
Yes.
Because it's not scientific, or it sounds like voodoo, or
Yeah.
or it's like a soft science sort of. But there are so many scientific studies,
evidence-based articles and research.
Yes.
And I feel like it's growing and growing, because I feel like it's an untouched area.
Yes.
Because we all were going towards medicine. And even now with the opiate epidemic, I think a lot of people are looking into these other strategies to think, what can we do to help our bodies?
Right.
Complement medicine if you have anxiety and depression. That's something you need.
Exactly. They've done imaging studies that show that it actually changes the structures in your brain. So even
nice.
Yes. So there is literal physical evidence that you can see that mindfulness really does help you on more than just pausing to take a breath every once in a while.
Back to the Stress Less for the NCLEX.
So we just launched our Stress Less for the NCLEX course. It is our goal for the Stress Less for the NCLEX is basically to give new graduates mental preparation techniques to build confidence.
I could have used that many years ago, I'll tell you.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Especially for those who struggle with test anxiety. Oh,
yes.
And that was me. They should really offer this kind of stuff in first grade.
Really? Yes.
Teach these kids young and really start to do mindfulness young, which I think that they will. You see kind of some of that stuff out there, but I think every school should have it.
Everyone should have it on birth, essentially.
Yeah, seriously.
Really, yes.
Well, I thank you so much, Meredith, for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Definitely. Listeners, go see the show notes. I will put all these resources she's put in here, and start practicing your mindfulness for 2020, right?
Yes.
And thanks so much again, Meredith.
Thank you.
Have a great 2020 and a great day.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, Janine here. I wanted to just interrupt to tell you guys more about our upcoming course, Plan, Create, Launch, Land, and Grow Your Health Writing Business. If 2020 is your year to shine, you're ready to launch, you're done in the healthcare world, I want you guys to come on into the course. Right now, I am hoping to launch it by March 1st, and it's well on its way. But if you want in earlier, all you have to do is go to Growth Lab, growthlab.thesavvyscribepodcast.com. There you will see everything about the course, what to know, what's in every module, and all about the pricing. So you can get there now and see how to get on the wait list so I can give you updates as we go along.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Savvy Scribe. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, we'd love for you to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Until next time.